Team Proof here, and today I'm bringing you another recruit report, and this time I have Dudley Ingram, which is a 9K grade 2 unit that came for the Dudley deck out of set 9. And he says auto rear guard GB1. When your other unit with Dudley and his card name is placed on rear guard circle during your battle phase, this unit gets plus 3000 power until the end of the turn. I'm not sure why Bushiroad felt the need to give him the GB1 restriction, because he would have been perfectly fine and balanced in my opinion if he wasn't GB1 restricted, because there's very limited ways pre-stride for Dudleys to call during the battle phase. You have Dudley Mason, which calls 1 unit, so he would have been 12k. Dudley Dan, which is the same, so 12k. You got Dudley Lucifer, which calls out a unit, and you have Dudley Emperor, which called out 2 units, similar to Caligula in terms of cost. And so I feel he would have been well within fairness if he wasn't GB restricted, considering that all your ways to call cost you a card out of hand to call something else out. But I guess Bushiroad felt differently. But in the context of the support he has, he can utilize it well to get really big, which is rare, because Spike Brothers, to be able to reach levels of power he can potentially achieve in a more Dudley centric deck would require them to be in charging, and they'll leave the field soon thereafter, unlike Ingram here, who sticks around while hitting for those big numbers. So with Caligula's skill, calling out 3 Dudleys from your top 11, if he's on the board, he gets plus 9000 power. And then if he's part of the Caligula check, he gets plus 6000 power, and then he gets plus 2 more from being called through Caligula, so he gets plus 8000 power. Oops, excuse me. And so being able to combine that way, and then if you combine it with Turbo Lappler with the plus 5, you're trying to push your opponent further at the expense of losing him like a charge unit. You can hit plus 5000 more, which would be really good for your final turn procedures, especially because if you can call out a unit, say through Misery or something, and he gets that plus 3, he's able to attack for plus 22,000 power if you combine Turbo with Geronimo for that plus 10,000 power. And so my rating for him, I wanted to give him a higher rating because like he had the potential to be like a 4.5 scale, but that GB1 restriction kind of hurt him. But actually, no, I still think he. Now this is from my point of view. I haven't tested it much, but I see the potential that he has, and I think he could be a 4 of in Dudley centric decks. The issue comes in that Dudley centric decks may not be the competitive option if you're playing Dudley units, because you still might play the bad and Jessica version of the deck. But in context of a pure Dudley deck, he is a solid like 4.5 range, because I think he's that good with Caligula, Picaro being able to call out more Dudley units for you should they die. You do have to get around the fact that most calls are to open circles, so you need to get units out the way, which lends to Max. So he combines well with Max because you can protect him. No, you don't want to protect him. You can get units that aren't him from your field back into your deck, so you can then call them back out to power Ingram back up again, so that they're not lost along the way. So I say it's like a tentative 4, because I see the potential that he has, and when I do get around to showcasing a Dudley centric deck, I'll definitely want to try and make space for 4 of them. So tentative 4 for now, and we'll see how things play out once I get down to the nitty gritty of testing the deck out. So let me know what you guys think of Ingram, especially down below. Check out the previous recruit reports, and then look out for one. I got one more that I need to bust out here for the last Dudley unit, and so be on the lookout for that. And until next time, peace, be easy.